Hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. You are watching a best of three traditional Zendikar Rising draft with Travis Semulin Sours. Chat, say hello to YouTube. If you would like to watch the drafting live, and lately standard too, we've been playing some standard as well, you can do so at www.twitch.tv/Semulin. I'm not entirely sure I want to build around Omnath, because the goal for these drafts is to show like good draft practices over time. I've done the Omnath deck. It was pretty bad, and we got a 2-1 out of it. For me, this pack basically comes down to Florahedron, Into the Royal, and Rabid Bite as the cards that I would consider first picking, and it's mainly because I don't want to go into a 4-color deck right off the bat. My suspicion is that blue has been very open lately. I think I'm going to start with Into the Royal. If green is open, we'll see a Rabid Bite 5th pick and be like, okay, let's get into that. This one's got cards that I think are worth noting. Kalini Ambush, Falconeer, Field Research. Fisher Wizard's not a bad tool to have, neither is Electromancer. But I think these three cards are kind of a step up. I never really wanted to build around Omnath. Like, I don't usually want to go into 4-color decks. Unless there's something incredibly powerful to do. So you would kind of need to get Omnath and then strong rares in those colors. Because like building around one card, sometimes you don't draw it. That's not great. But I think Into the Royal, into Falconeer is a reason to be blue. And then we can look to pick up blue playables and pair this with whatever else is open. Ideally, we get past a really good blue card here. We didn't, so meh. We could take this Alundi Vision, which I'll probably play. Bugcatcher would be fine. Night Runner's even okay. The reason I don't like the Night Runner a whole lot is if we're going into blue, you can fill that 3-drop rogue slot at common in blue. So neither of those are particularly cards that I want in blue-red. I'd usually rather have wizard tags than party tags, although you can do it and there's nothing wrong with a bug catcher. I think if you're wanting to be quite aggressive, you can. It's really in the next 2 packs that we'll start to get some view of what's open. So I think I'm just going to continue to take blue cards and see where that puts us. Okay, so we've had a couple people look at the Wind Robber and not want it, the Stalker and not want it, the Shadow Cat and not want it, as well as a Gloom Hunter and not want it. And kind of the theory I'd been playing around with is holding up, is that people are kind of fighting over white-red. Maybe. It's also possible this pack was just very heavy in one direction. The Wind Robber is better if we can get into rogues specifically. The Seafloor Stalker is better on its own, and the Gloom Hunter might be better if we were looking for another color to get into. But I think I'll speculate on the Wind Robber. We need a heavy rogue faction for this to work, but I'm also okay with just not playing it. We need a kind of signal here that nobody really wanted to play rogues. Something like a pretty good rogue uncommon, pick 5. And here we have it. We're also kind of getting the label from the draft. I've mentioned a couple times that I think pick 5 is the most important pick of the draft, not pick 1. I don't know if I've said that for YouTube drafts. I'll also say it here. Pick 5 is when you can look at the good cards that no one has taken. And I think what we can see is open from this direction is Black-Red Party. Now, the way is somewhat shut for us on that, but it's certainly open for us to get into rogues. So my guess is none of these people are drafting Black-Red Party, or that Minotaur probably wouldn't be there, or there was a better card for it. But you can see again here, there's a Song Mad Treachery and a Bug Catcher still here. So I think the red party-based decks are open. That said, with 2 Wind Robbers and a Black Bloom Rogue, I'm kind of ready to set ourselves up for a rogue deck. Yeah, and there's a Royal Mage for us, pick 7, which I'm pretty happy with. Now, if we were heavier into rogues, and even if you wanted to speculate, I've done some work with the Mind Carver. It's not crazy. I just value the Royal Mages more. Maybe I shouldn't, though. Because that is pretty good on the Wind Robbers, especially if you can enable it. I think I'm going to give that a try. Like, let's lean into the archetype instead of leaning out of the archetype. I think that makes some sense to me. This pack is kind of a whiff for everybody. I'm just going to take the black card for signaling purposes. You could take the... what the heck? There's free gems. Let's take them. Here we've got the opportunity to kind of color signal a little bit. And I'm not opposed to us having a potential backdoor into Wizards. It's just worth noting that if we go into Wizards, we kind of have 3 blue cards for it. We could still fill that with okay playables. But it's going to need to be pretty dang open. Golgari's probably open too, but only because it's always open. If we do Wizards things, that wouldn't be a terrible way to go about it. Alright, so show me what you got. We got a Demon's Disciple, a Rock Slide Sorcerer, Kargat Intimidator. These are kind of the cards I'm thinking about. So the Sorcerer is potentially interesting here. We do have 2 Chilling Traps and a Fisher Wizard. The other side is that the Demon's Disciple is pretty good in rogues. So it's, do we want to hard commit to what we already have or be open to something else? I think I want to be open to this. Because like this is a little wizard package that could be quite good if wizards are open. If they're not, we're in a little bit of trouble. It's looking like we might be able to get away with this. Because I could take this. We have to let go of some cards here, right? Let's think about what this looks like if we're going in this direction. We're playing all of the Chilling Traps. We've got a Fisher Wizard. We've got a Rock Slide Wizard. Snow Does Crash, thank you for the resub. Y'all spam some cats for Snow. I feel like this wizard is a little bit better, just in case I have to back off and get back into, yeah, ideally we'd have the Royal Mage, but we took the Mind Carver. If I have to back off, I can still play this. If this is incredibly open, then we're just fine. Thank you very much, Snow. Yeah, there you go, Ranger. So Chronicler, I mean, it's a wizard. It could do something. Not a lot. This is a solid 2-drop, even if you're not playing the stuff. But I think I just want to like start gobbling up Diviners. Yeah, I think we're legitimately playing a wizard strategy now. And I don't feel too bad about it because the rogues are not coming together. Is there a world where we like hard course correct and play blue-green? Because what's here for us? There's a Charger. Like, we've got a Zendikar and a Tempest. There's some possibility that we're actually supposed to be blue-green. I don't particularly want to be, but I've got to figure out what's open here and get in on that. I mean, it might actually just be blue-green. One of the reasons we're considering blue-green here is because you can use Chilling Trap in that deck pretty successfully, too. Like, we passed the Kicker Lord, which kind of sucks, and I think we're looking to now get into blue-green with very few kickers. But we will have ramp. Well, there's a kicker, there's this, there's that. I'm interested in literally all of these things. But again, I'm going to settle with the blue card. I also want to make sure we have a Royal Mage. Okay, okay. I think we found our pathway. A little late, but we're getting there nonetheless. I could conceivably use this and a Reclaim the Waste to splash the Rock Slide Sorcerer if we get exactly there. Man, that's a tough draft. I thought we were in 3 different decks there. Yeah, it's still kind of on the table. My suspicion is that the green will just be significantly more open. Now, I don't normally like the card Skycleave Plunder. I view it almost as a worse, whatever the divination variant is. But I still think I'm going to take it here because there's a strong possibility I play it. Spellcraft, though. Okay. We're really a pack 4 kind of deck. Okay, so about that green. We were never green. Some of you guys were trolling and saying we were going to play green. I don't know what that was about. That was never something we were doing. Y'all just silly. Just silly. We were blue-red. Obviously. Duh. All right, we are somewhat in a desperate need for 2 drops. This is sadly not something we're going to try to do. It would be nice. And if we were in pack 1, I would take this. But we're not. We could conceivably try to get into blue-white, but I'd need way too many playables to pull that off. I think the right call here is to first pick a pack beast. Because I don't have any 2-drops. We need 2 drops. If the 2 drops have wizard tags, that's even better for us. Yeah, if there was no question of playables here, we would start talking. But there's a question of playables here. And that's a problem. It's a real problem. I don't know if Relic Amulet would be good in our deck of spells and wizards. But I think I'm willing to give it a try. It's a shame that red just isn't open in this direction either. Does this deck just need the Royal Eruption more? Because I really like Shatterskull Charger. Every non-land card triggers the amulet, and one of the lands. I think I do too, but it feels weird to be passing an on-color rare. And I really want all of these spells, but I'm just terrified I'm going to get run over. My creature count is way too low. Let's take this one and see if I can sneak in another pack beast or something. Because I'm basically committing with this line to Royal Eruption being a 2-drop. Which I'm not super in love with, but here we are. Oh god, I want both of these, but we gotta be realistic. I don't have any 2s, and I'm getting gifted a squid. This is way better. Is there any world where I could just take this anyway? I mean, there is. It's just, it's not an intelligent decision, but that doesn't mean I can't make it. Cinderclasm could be very nice, potentially in the main deck. That gives me functionally another 2-drop if they've got an X1. I was hoping I could see a squid come back, or maybe one of the 1/3 clerics, because I think I'd play it here. We didn't, which means this Royal Mage is probably our other 2-drop, And if you think about it, Royal Eruption, Cinderclasm, Relic Amulet, we've got 6 things we can do on turn 2 that are relevant. The Stalker would also not be terrible, but I'm trying to set us up for not dying early if possible. That seems like something I'd be interested in. I know we're short playables is our issue here. Because normally I'd be slamming this Bane Veil. I think I'm still going to. But it means we may need to play this Divner. Okay, never mind. Ooh, come on in, buddy. Ooh. This is what barely getting there looks like. Maybe somebody has a Crawling Barrens and we want a sideboard card for it. Oh, I am so good at Magic. I think I'm going to go with 18 lands here, including the Bane Veil, the Saloon Division, and the Warrior. We're going to be happy that these are just better top decks than a land. I think I would play 3 Chilling Traps in this. But I don't have 3 Chilling Traps. That was a tough one to navigate to actually find what was open, but I think the reward was there. We wheeled a Mystic, we got 2 of the uncommon wizards, we got past a Relic Amulet. So I think this was the right direction to go in. For once, it wasn't actually Golgari that was wide open. We can run a lot of lands with the double looter. Yeah. I don't mind having extras. Because it should be pretty trivial to get this going, and we'll be drawing a decent amount of cards with the Chilling Trap and the Bad Divination. What is that one? The Skycleave Plunder? Yeah. Yeah, Golgari wasn't open here. Like, we were looking to potentially get into it and didn't. All right, let's see what round 1 has for us. All right, let's party. I think we just accept that this is a land if it's in our opener. This hand, assuming we get to keep the wizard, would probably just rather have the Saloon Division out as a land too. Well, I'm thinking about whether we want to just run out the Geezer Mage to try to stop some early aggression into Sorcerer, into Wizard. And if I'm taking that line, I don't mind having extra lands in hand. Because I think that's the direction I want to go. Because if there's like a cheap removal spell that's going to get rid of something, I'd way rather them cast it here and force 3 points of damage and not have it for the Sorcerer. Like, this feels like a pretty decent time to get rid of this dude. That way we don't have to stress about a top-decked equipment or whatever. Yeah, there's no way I'm blocking that. You would have 100% spellcrafted there? Why? The Ancient One, thank you for the resub. Y'all spam some cats for the Ancient One. Thank you, my friend. How are things in your world? They were really trying to sell me on a combat trick earlier. I'll respect it. The reason I don't want to play the Spellcraft is it can kill an X4, and these decks sometimes play creatures that are X4s. I can't really think of one off the top of my head, but that's what the Spellcraft is for. It's not to kill 2/3s. It's to kill this. That's why we're not spellcrafting earlier. Yeah, I don't usually like spellcraft, but I think it's pretty good there. Yeah, it could be a sizzle. It's difficult to say. It could also be a practice tactics. Like, we don't know exactly what they have. Yeah, it does 22 damage to players. Yeah, I do have signups for the Chaos Draft, which we'll do after we finish this draft. So if you're interested in Chaos Drafting, hop over to the Discord and get signed up. We're also recording this one to YouTube, so if you have not already, please say hello to YouTube. I think after the Chaos Draft, we'll probably do a little bit of Standard. It could have been nothing. It could have been, but I haven't noticed a lot of people that will do, like, serious bluffs. So if they're selling me that they have something, I'll buy it there. I think opponent boards out the X1s. It would surprise me. They had too many. I think they had too many. Yeah, this is not the start of someone who has boarded out their X1s. Exclamation point Discord will get you into my Discord, which is where we do those. X4, huh? That's pretty tough. I don't know that I can do much about an X4 there. Yeah, they know about the chilling traps. That's why they didn't attack there. I was pretty sure I played one. I'm going to have to cycle this chilling trap, which means this Royal Eruption is basically never going to kill that, right? I would need to draw, I would need 1, 2, 3 more turns. So that's conceding 1 million damage to it. I think I like having Chilling Trap up this turn and just killing this. Which means that would have been a really good turn to play out the Semulin Division as a land, but it is what it is. Because I think just gain 4, draw a card is kind of where I'm at. That's a good one. That's a real good one. I basically need Spellcraft right now or I'm dead. Well, I need Spellcraft right now and I'm dead. Let's be fair. They're not attacking with it. I like that. I'm in danger. I'm in a lot of danger. Game over, man. That's a rough one. It's a really rough one. I'm pretty sure that none of this does anything. I tell you what. Maybe we can try our Stream Raiders battle now. Because this one is game over, man. Game over. Okay, so we have elected to stack entirely on one side of the board. Let's see how this works out for us. You'll die to the Tyrant given the fullness of time. Okay, it's working better than last time. I'll give it that. Okay, looks like we did indeed get there. Simwife with the kills, Urberk with the assists. Rewards for Silence, Neuro, Thangarth, Dom, and Citrimba. And go us, we get a boss fight now. I'm going to let you guys take care of the strategy here. But pay attention, do the strategy. I need to see if there's anything in my sideboard that can beat what they're doing. We've got less than a minute. And I think the answer is probably no. Because if I had stuff that could just casually kill that, we'd be playing it. Yeah, I can't realistically beat that card. I can bounce it, is really my only option. That may put me more interested in a Tormenting Voice than a Skyclave Squid. Because I need to find the parts of this deck that matter. If we can get a Relic Amulet down early and build it up to 4 and just sit there with it, that might do something for us. This is a little scary. Hey, what's up, Dave? Okay, so trick is stay alive until we can rock slide sorcerer, I guess. I didn't really think it was going to work either. And then it did. I was hoping we would draw the Cinderclasm. That would have been quite good there. That one you have to have access to. Why are they not attacking? I don't know, but I like it. That one you have to have access to, and I do not currently. So we've looked at it, and it seems cool. I think I may want to cast the Rock Slide Sorcerer on the same turn that I have up the Chilling Trap here. Because I can already block this. That changes our plan. I should have played this out earlier because I'm going to have to bounce the Tyrant. If they kill the Sorcerer, we're dead. If they don't, I still sort of have some slim plan. It's not a great plan. CBL is not down. You may need a refresh. It's showing up in live for me. I think this is probably us losing the game. I think without this sorcerer, we're kind of just dead to this dragon. I'm trying to see if we can just deal enough damage that this starts to be relevant. I'm not entirely convinced that we can, but their passive attacks earlier kind of lead me to believe that maybe I can do something. And if I can get them to, like, if I can get them low enough, we could potentially do something with Royal Eruption off the top. So they're looking at 4, 5, 6 here. That's half my life total. I think that means we just try to take a little bit less damage here. I'm scared of a combat trick, potentially. But I need to basically draw Royal Eruption to get to keep playing, and I don't think I can trade this off for either of that. This is going to make things a little more difficult. Yeah, I don't know that I actually have a line from here. Leyline Tyrant is a very powerful magical card. I gotta have something. What they may have is assuming that I can't win next turn. Ah, Le Barrage. So now we need, like, Tormenting Voice into something something? This is not Tormenting Voice. This is not Tormenting Voice. Ugh. Game over, man. We can still potentially get us a 2-1 out of this, but that was brutal. That was brutal. All right, here we go for round 2. Looking to make a 2-1 out of this. We had to dance a lot in that draft. Hand's a little rough, but I could see it developing from here, and it's worth remembering we have 2 looters. That's going to lead to me wanting to play the Ambusher first, in case I draw one of the 2 looters. We've also got a decent amount of stuff that triggers off of playing wizards, so I'd rather have a wizard in the pocket, so to speak. We will not be blocking should they attack here. Well, if they play blue mana, we will not be. If they don't play blue mana, we will be. It's not blue mana. That means we get us a free attack right here. Little flooded. Would like to not be. Hold, get me. Ayah! Gotta turn the cat blue so that we can draw action. That is a trade with which I am comfortable. This is 6, no, this is 7 total to kick. So we could kick it and get a scry if by some miracle of nature this survives. But I don't think I'm really counting on that. I'm gonna hold 3 lands. No, I'm not. I can't. If they mind rot me, they mind rot me. I want to have the mana open to kick this just in case they play something huge and I need to kill it. That is not huge, and I don't need to kill it, but I think I still do. Because I can get card selection while we're doing it. I don't think it's that important to have Smellcraft up here. If it's a Minotaur, I can Shrinky Dink it, loot, and then untap and kill it. I'd like to, but I am going to need that to not be alive. It's currently alive, and I'd like it not to be. And now our land-heavy hand is turned into something pretty reasonable. The removal spell they've been waiting to use on something better. We've gotten to basically drawn 2 cards off of that wizard. McLord. I guess it technically gets Menace. Alright, he's dead. They've got a blood beckoning. I can sense it. May also have a deadly alliance, but we'll see. I'm guessing they just haven't drawn their party creatures, and that the McLord is there as a filler. Like, I'm playing a little bit of filler myself. It is what it is. They could have Vanquish the Weak, which is an interesting counterplay with us having these, right? Okay. He's dead, Jim. This has kind of been my critique of Spellcraft. You're kind of seeing it from the opponent's side about why it's not particularly great. And that's that you're spending more mana to kill the thing than you need to. Well, I guess not more than you need to. You kind of have to, but... Daddy Alliance? I think that might be for a different game, Orcish. But like, you're usually spending 5 mana to kill a 3 or 4 drop, so you're almost always going to be down mana in the exchange. That Windrider Wizard really came through and saved us there. I don't think there's anything else we'll need here. So we're just going to run it back. That wasn't quite as scary as what the previous opponent was doing with the Leyline Tyrant. I like the party. Not a lot of other X1s they could have, so a 1-for-1 on Cinderclasm is probably just fine here. I'll still take the 2 and see if they happen to have one, though. Yeah, we had. I can't think of anything they could legitimately have there that this gets, unless it's another one of those, but... Yeah, I think we're just stalling for time here. Hey, Fisher Wizard. Down with that. And another wizard? Look at all these wizards! Wizard people, dear reader. Victory for Upfish. I don't quite know if I want the End of the Royal back or the Plunder back. So let's plunder first and then make our decision. So I get to put 3 into my hand and the rest on the bottom. The 1, 2, 3 looks pretty good to me. McLord. I think I'm pretty happy with the Salinity Vision, and I think we can take the 2, and then we can look to bounce it if they augment it in some way. You got your blood beckoning again? People talk about the tells from Arena. I think that's actually a good one. That Arena lets you know that people are looking at their graveyard, because you could tell that in Paper Magic. I understand why that one moves. That one makes sense to me. Just not deal with this. Because I'm probably getting it back. That looks pretty spicy here. It looks really spicy here. Oh, chilling trap. Sorry, you're going to have to go. Don't need you. Oh, I was using that. Man, I do like using all my mana. I can cast that dude next turn. It's 11 cards left. We're not going to deck ourselves. Pew pew. Eight? Okay. That's not a problem. They're just dead. Perfect timing. Let's go right to stream. I hope you guys positioned well. This is the boss fight, and I just kind of threw something on the table. Looks like you did. Even handled the portals on the edges. Hey, what's up, Keeps? How you doing? It was easier than the gold one. I would be very happy to keep, but it's going to need to be a little bit later in the day. Basti with the kills, Ruckus with the assists. Scrolls for Citrimba, Dom, Orcish, Thangarth, and Crizzy. We're doing our YouTube draft right now, and I have a Chaos draft scheduled to start right after. But if you'll remind me after that, I'd be very happy to review your draft. Ooh, I got an upgrade. What did I get? Tank upgrade. Almost to a level 30 tank. We're doing it, yo. Yeah, the portal was kind of busted there, but we handled it. We handled it. All right, let's do our last round for the YouTube draft. Then we'll do the Chaos draft, and then if Keep is still around, we'll do a draft review. All right, one more, and we're going to see if we can get the 2-1 here. Try to dodge more Leyline Tyrants. I may be able to do it between rounds in the Chaos draft as well, Keeps, depending on how long that takes. It's all of our expensive cards, but I can work with this. That would have been a good turn for us to have had a Cinderclasm, but we don't. Oh man, it's a great turn to have an Into the Royal though, isn't it? I usually give a lot of grief to Synchronized Smellcraft, but it is doing the Lord's work here. Kind of because we don't have bubble teas and stuff, but it's actually surprisingly working nicely with the amulet. I think I'm still supposed to be playing around a Mind Rot, but I'm not gonna give it 100% credence. Yeah, if I had been a little more patient with it. You reckon they make this trade? They probably do. I think I can play around the Mind Rot now, though. Just a scary card to have in a format. It's a bold move, Cotton. I did not miss a counter on the vial. You missed a card in their hand. It's okay. Plonk. Now that said, I have missed many counters on the vial, but I didn't miss that one. This deck almost feels like it wants Tormenting Voice main after playing with it some. This is Golgari, but it's not the Golgari I usually play. It's looking to go significantly bigger. Which really makes me miss something like a Bubble Tea, but I don't have one to play in there. Or we'd already have it, so digging through my sideboard for good cards is kind of like, well, I don't know that that's exactly the droid we're looking for. Man, that's close to good, but not. This one I can give a go to. It's got a good bit of card selection. The spellcraft is actually pretty decent here. Yeah, I think that means realistically I need to just burn the Chilling Trap and be okay with that. What? That's no good. They back this up with a removal spell, I'm dead. That would be the removal spell. But we can recover. I mean, we still got to deal with a 3/3 menace. Given the fullness of time, we can do that. The problem is this isn't the only card in their deck that is scary. Like, we're fine until they slam a 6/5. Then we're not fine. Because I don't have a solution to that. I suppose my solution to this is start building counters. It is just ever so slightly terrifying. And they have to have a 6/5 in hand. I don't know what they've got if they don't. That'll just kill me. Yeah, this is why we were not fine. Are you beginning to see why I was worried? I mean, you're not wrong, but like they've missed land drops, and we've already seen 6 drops in their deck. Like it's not hard to figure out what's going to kill you. We really needed a bouncy mage there, and we could start sort of having another plan. But that's not going to do it. This will be easier on the draw, though. Or on the play. It'll be easier on the play without having to mulligan. But they've just got a lot of big stuff, and this deck doesn't really have answers for big stuff. Also, the ooze is pretty good. I have heard if you ooze, you lose. There's an argument that we could bring in the Riptide to block stuff, but it doesn't block anything significant. Right? Like, we don't need to block this. We need to kill it. We can't block this. So what do they have that it could actually block? Realistically, just this Cleric. But if they have the Lotus Cobra, it can't even block that. So like, out of the cards they played that killed us there, it can block one of them maybe. That's not good enough. That's not anywhere near good enough. Yeah, I have to come out swinging, and a squid is not really... Well, a squid can block the ooze. No, it can't even block the ooze. I think I'd rather have a Tormenting Voice again than the squid. We're going to try to go basically lean into the combo side of the deck. Okay. Lands are part of the combo. That is one of the better cards in their deck, no doubt. Because they basically just put us on the draw again. There you go. Tormenting Voice is great. I am now in need of lands. So let us see if we can find some. Man, this is really tough. Do I play this out looking for land? I don't think so. It's funny to discard one here, but I figured with the 18 lander we should be fine. But it kind of feels... I don't feel fine right now. And this is the conundrum with spellcraft. I can't kill that. Hallelujah. It's raining lands. So my plan's going to have to be to bounce the dang thing. I don't think we're winning this. Because I still need another land to get in this. Man, Golgari wins again. This is awkward. This is exceptionally awkward. Because I don't think I'm actually getting back into it by bouncing that. I'm going to have to sit here and try to trade with stuff, and that's just, it's not realistic. Because I got to put more junk in front of this than I actually want to, because we know they have a +1/+1 in the deck. They could even have more. So, like, the reasonable blocks start to look like this. And that's not reasonable. That is unreasonable. So maybe we plan on bouncing that and do a block that makes some sense here like that. Yeah, we've seen a bazillion Deadly Alliances, so if I'm going to block this, I realistically have to put everything in front of it. The other option is to take 10. I don't know that that's going to work out for us either. Because all of this has trample. God, I think it's actually more reasonable to take this. Yeah, it's either we're going to gang block something or not. Not block at all. I think that's really all I can do. I think this gets them the least value out of a Deadly Alliance. But they still get pretty good okay. They still get pretty good value out of me being dead. The worst part of this is I can't really bounce the Stomper. I mean, I can, but it's going to kill me. I've cast it in... There's some Golgari decks where I want it. I don't think I have a great target for bouncing here. I might have been better off just casting the Falconeer. I was just not prepared for them to have both there. I'm going to need to double spell, so let's make a land a reasonable draw. The Deadly Alliance here will finish me off, though. Yeah, multiple turns of 2 combat tricks is not going to work out for us. Okay, I think we can let them have it there. That's too much. That's too much, man. I thought we could clear at least a 2-1 with this one, but we bumped into two significantly stronger decks. And the big stuff is just something this deck's going to have a real problem with. If you add 2 Bubble Teas into the mix, I think we could probably pull that off. Commander Legends got drafted to Arenum as a Phantom draft. Would you try it? If it came with a $500 check, I would love to play it for money. But other than that, my interest in Commander is very, very limited. My least favorite board game of all time is Settlers of Catan. It's okay if you like it. It's okay if you're super into it. It's okay if it's your favorite board game ever. But like that sort of social game, I didn't care for. I'd rather a game be almost entirely social, like Among Us, or not have that social element. So having something like that just doesn't really appeal to me. Entering the Open, no. I'm not currently playing Historic and not really looking to get into it. If there's a sealed Open, yeah, let's do it. That would be for me. All right, that's going to wrap it up for the YouTube draft. We will get the Chaos draft going in a minute. Chat, say goodbye to YouTube. YouTubers, if you'd like to come by and watch me draft a very compelling deck and expertly navigate the draft and then go 1-2 anyway, you can do so at www.twitch.tv/Semulin.